Well, you know, good thing I came when I did, eh? Because you got to see the hole right there, the big gaping hole that they covered up. See here, they covered it with concrete. Oh, there was a big gaping hole right there, wide open too. You can see some of it right there. See, another one right there. You can see in the corner. But you know, they decided that the um the caving over here, the caving scene is out of control, and so they have to send these big men over here with these big trucks to come, you know, and block off the cave so they can't go in. And you know, these big men, you know, give me a break. Big deal. Who are they hurting, you know? Who are they hurting? These kids in here, who are they hurting, you know? But themselves sometimes, but, you know, let them be. Get some color back here, a little bit of color, see? Oh, these big men. They're big trucks, you know. Now, see down here, you get a better look at what's going on, see? All these entrances into the underworld. Here, here, and here, and there. See? And they blocked them all off. See? Oh, it's a big deal for them, you know. Big deal. Booker here. And they're big men, they're big masonry men, you know. They're big masonry men. Come here, blocking shit up. Get lost. What are you looking at? Alright, let's go. Bricks galore like nobody's business back here. Look here, these were bricks too. See it melting down? This flat face wall right here. That too. It all was brick here, baby. Lots of bricks. Lots of. What are they talking about? No, it's not. That's not me. Oh, he's talking to himself. Oh, I got napkins flying everywhere. And they breeze here. Let's put those back. Okay, anywho, let's go. Busted. Now I know the way in. Now I know the way in, baby. You kidding me? Yeah. Good spot. Good choice here. Good choice. Good choice. Now I know where they're going in, so. Yes, sir. Rebob. See all the collapsedness back here? All the collapsedness of this wall. The enormous wall back here. A lot of collapsedness going on. And I kind of want to poke around through some of that collapsedness right there. It's dangerous, but I want to look at some of these bricks though, because some of these bricks that are I've been interested in some of these larger structures, these larger scale structures like we're seeing before us. Oh, you can't really see it, really, can you? But there's a huge, I mean, all the way up there. This is a wall in front of me. You see, all the way up. And the bricks and the masonry used in these larger scale structures is just bizarre, because you find every stamp on a brick you can imagine in the rubble down here at the base. And it does not seem to be, I mean, some of it's still in place in the structure itself. It's not like stuff has been placed here to throw people off. It seems to be a part of the structure, but a lot of it is, it's just so bizarre when you get into these bigger scale constructions and what you find here. So we're gonna poke around at the base here. It might be a little bit wet down there, I'm not sure, but we'll see. These folks haven't gone in quite yet, they're still watching me. Okay, let's see how this goes. I'll try this camera holder here on my chest. Okay, a little bit wet in here though. I don't know if there's, oh, right there, okay. See brick ash on the floor. So the limestone here. The limestone was, you know what. But we'll find them, we'll find the bricks mixed in with this stuff here in a moment. Okay. We're underneath the high bridge. It's been redone. I forget when. But there was a high bridge here with abutments attached to this big enormous wall that I'll show you here in a moment. Let me get this off. Okay. I don't know how well that works on my chest. I guess I should have tested it first. Well, I guess I am testing it now. See what zoom works the best for that and stuff in position. But you can see Massive wall I'm coming up towards. It's all been cooked out in the limestone. As you can see, falling down. And all this mixed in that's holding it together like cement almost is brick ash. It's fine brick ash. You can see how fine it is. Very fine. Okay, and some of it's been sandstonified. I don't know who did this, that's pretty nice. Nice platform. It's all the same mineral. It's calcite limestone. Even the sandstone stuff is still calcite minerals. Mostly calcite. Now, come around this way. There's metal sticking out of it too. Big chunk of iron right there. Lodged in there. Wrapped up. Yeah, just a rubble mess. It's been coming down this way for, oh well, yeah, here we go, this is where I wanted to go. Because it's a lot more clear. I came here once recently and this was all collapsed down. There must have been a recent collapse because I couldn't get up here. Now we can. I saw a video online and some folks were walking through here, so I was like, oh wow, I can get right up there now. Gotta go do it. So, yeah, this was all collapsed before. See up here? What's this wall doing attached? What's the wall doing attached to the sandstone here, eh? Up here in the middle of nothing. In the middle of nothing between this crevice right here. And at the bottom of the high bridge abutments. And sometimes the trash, I mean, a lot of the trash is new. You can see, like, it's all a mixture, a good admixture of new and old. This is all like new stuff pretty much. But you can see how far down in this rubble that some of the new stuff is, so it's very hard to determine in a lot of this stuff, but because there's so many new collapses that happen that just recover this stuff. So, but in other areas where there's not collapses happening, everything you find in the soil is old world, or at least bizarre and out of place. You see, for the most part, oh wow, yeah, it goes all the way around that thing. And now that it's wet, it's a bit more stable, so I can see here. Yeah, it's a wall. You're damn stroking straight it is. You're damn stroking straight. All this, you see the joints here in this chunk of limestone, so the bricks. What would this be doing back here, and who would build this for what? Who would have built this back here in a crevice for what? It's a lot of work, eh? If all this wasn't structure, it all was. It's all just melted down, see? A bit survived right here. Look at it here, this big melted out gash. And it's all sandstone in there. Pure white brick ash. Softer than, look at that. And it wipes off clean too. It'll wipe off my hands clean if I just wipe it off. It'll come off clean. It's a clean base, there's nothing in there. Cooked of all its impurities. That's heat damage doing that, not erosion. Erosion doesn't cook it clean of its impurities. See here, another burnt out gash. A little round bastion tower looking thing right there. And the walls actually go on and on that way. How high up can I get on this thing? Oh yeah, there's more straight walls over there. Let me see if I can zoom in. I gotta get a better spot. You gotta be careful going up because it's hard to get down sometimes. You forget that it's harder to get down. You don't want to go up too high. See here? All this remaining in this middle of a crevice, mind you, of what they call natural sandstone river embankments, because the river is right down below in there. I don't know if you can see. That's the river. And they say that these are ancient embankments for the river when the river was that high up, way up there. No, it wasn't. These were structures and walls with right angles and stuff. See here? Pipes going through them and whatnot. You see it's a constructed wall, now it's limestone, but brick and mortar, see? The mortar's all squished out between the bricks which have blocked up. See how flat it is too? I mean, just up here still, even though it's all cooked out, how difficult that would be. How difficult that would be to do with this material. In this point, I mean, where they stand when they did that, or where they stand even, you know, on top of this thing. Really. And it's just cut off right there. They ran their courses like this here, cut off and broken like that. They didn't finish them off. But they put all this heavy weight on top right there, see? Like, what is that? They say it's collapsed away. Well, come on now. Why in this spot then? You gotta ask yourself these questions, eh? Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tricky now. This is timber too. This is cut timber, treated and everything. It's been cooked out and burnt, and it looks like it was probably from the event too, because it's kind of just burnt all the way through consistently, kind of in a weird way. It doesn't seem like it was burnt like by a, I don't know, it could have been put into a fire, but you find wood like that too, just with burnt from the event all the time. So, and it's definitely probably from the old world here. This one's weathered chunk here. But you see this wall. You see that it is a constructed wall in an area that makes no sense whatsoever. In an area that makes, oh, here's one of the bricks still. You can see that these were bricks. All of these here that look like, well, they are limestone now, but see, here's one. See that these are bigger. These are big bricks. And that's what I'm saying. These ones that, this is not an English standard. This is, I wish there was probably one down there somewhere. I want to compare it to an English standard, because this is not even the whole brick. It's broken off. This was the edge of it though. That's like about the size of like maybe 3.5 English standards. I don't know how much larger it was. But the bricks that make up, I'm seeing, because this matches, I don't know, it's weird. Let's see here. Yeah, they're about the same size. The bricks that make up like the huge city, like these immense walls like this, seem to be like larger bricks, like these. This doesn't seem to be blown out. It seems to be still kept intact. The ones that expand out usually are like limestoned out. They never really have gone through a process. You kind of see like wrinkles on them and stuff like this. This one didn't. This one survived better, and they were bigger bricks, much bigger and heavier, that were constructing up these massive city walls that were guarding from the river. They were protecting from the river, defending from the river. See how it's easy to get stuff loose and starts coming down. And before you know it, you got an avalanche coming down. Soft on the feet. But this stuff right here, where you have us about 4 feet high of just soil, of mixed soil, you find artifacts in there. That's where you find the best stuff. If I could just dig through this stuff right here. There's glass up there. But this is not an area to do this though, because of all the recent collapses. This could just be new stuff in here, you know. I'm saying in general though, stuff like this you don't want to go through. Even this still, that'd be still good to go through. But okay, this side's been sandstoned out, but you can still see there's a brick up there still. Same big block as this one over here that we saw. But in the sandstone even, you can still see the joints running through it. Up there it's been turned into limestone. Sandstone is the same, it's the same stone, it's just softer, and but same minerals. Here's the joints running through it still. See? The sandstone. Right here. The remnants of the joints. Here's the sandstone surface of the wall. Here it's all been sandstoned up, but you can see the structure of the bricks behind it still. They're coming away. Yeah. And these are all level, mind you, too. With the ground, I mean, they're all level. These two. These are all level. now. You see on the floor here, limestone mixture, but then you have, this is masonry, you see here, this is like a pebble, what we call a pebblecrete. It could be brick, it could be concrete, it could be any masonry material, but they can burst out into this very aggregated material. Or it could just be a chunk of concrete as well, just the raw aggregate. But what is it doing here? It doesn't belong here. Again, another concrete surface right here. Not a stone, just a concrete surface of brick. And there was brick underneath it. See the limestone underneath? This yellow limestone? See it's yellow? And this is the surfacing of it, the concrete surface. And there's bricks. So this is a wall that was made of brick. More aggregate here. Loose aggregate just hanging about. What about if this is not like natural stone? This should be coming off of these natural walls, right? Natural sandstone, natural limestone. And what the hell would those walls that we just saw be doing way the fuck up there? Who would have built those walls up in there? Up this crap for what? You made it 10 times more dangerous. Look at it hanging off. A huge heavy wall hanging on the top, on the soft sandstone. Right. We're going to join that up with the soft sandstone. That's smart. It's not going to slide off. Right? And it will eventually slide off from that sandstone. It will slide, that heavy surviving chunk will slide off eventually. Not safe to be walking through here at all. But just to show you, ain't no reason for that. You can tell me a million reasons, I won't believe it. I will not believe it. And whoever made this platform did a great job. Look at this work. They had this huge, big branches. Here's a big brick. One of those big ones too. There was just a tile on top here. There's like tiles on top of this brick. Here's an English Standard here, very small. Broken though. There they are, some of these. Here. More of these giant ones. See, this one survived. Same ones up there. These big giant bricks. See? These are the ones that made up like the city walls. These enormous ones are the ones that made up the city walls. Like these huge city walls. They're big giant bricks. This one surviving. Here's one that turned to limestone. See? You see it's all burst out. But this one survives. Still smooth surface. You still see. What is that? That's kind of heavy. Huh. It's like iron. I don't know what that is. Plastic? It's plastic. It doesn't look, it looks cheap, I don't know. Stuff there. Somebody trying to fool somebody over here. These walls are just hooked out. This is probably, yeah, one of the old abutments for the bridge. It's one of the piers, looks like. This is one of the old piers for the old high bridge. This is the new one. There was one right here. There was a high bridge here in the early 1800s, and there was an old broke bridge, without a doubt. It was much more beautiful than it is now too, in the past, the old one. See, more of this masonry materials and stuff mixed in the rubble. And this is supposed to be coming off of the natural wall up there. See the red still on the side there. Mortar bleeding out between up there. There's some mortar bleeding out between, it looks like. And there's moss feeding off that stuff up there too. And we know why the moss is there. There's straight edged walls up there. And a collapsed boulder field here. And mixed in it is just all sorts of their goods. Here's some old crystal glass here, very thick. That's some nice stuff too. It had a texture on the bottom of it too. It's lying right here. Oh, there was a whole jar. Somebody broke it though. It looks like more recently it was broken. Dang. That's a blue thing. That's a plastic cap. Anyway, I hear some folks, so I'm gonna get moving. On to the next. See you soon. Love you all. Take care.